Welcome to IAS project. In this video, we will be doing some practice questions for ancient Indian history syllabus of UPSC Civil Services and State PSC exams. Before this video, we have already completed 18 practice questions. So let's start with the 19th question. Consider the below statements regarding hunter-gatherer people of Paleolithic age in India. 3 statements have been given and the question is, which of the above statements is correct? First statement is, Paleolithic people cultivated wheat and barley. This is false because Paleolithic people did not have knowledge of any kind of agriculture. The second statement is, Paleolithic people domesticated animals like dog, sheep, cattle and pigs. This is also false because they did not do any kind of domestication of animals. Domestication of animals and agriculture, that is cultivation of plants, started only in Neolithic age, not in Paleolithic age. The third statement is, Paleolithic people had knowledge of fire for cooking food. This is correct because we know in the Paleolithic age, towards the end of the Paleolithic age, people started to use fire for cooking meat. So the question is, which of the above statements is correct? The answer would be 3 only is correct. The next question is, consider the below statements regarding Paleolithic age stone tools found in India. 3 statements have been given. The question is, which of the above statements are correct? The first statement is, Paleolithic stone tools were made from pebbles and prepared stone cores. This is absolutely correct. We have discussed this in our lecture. The second statement is, Paleolithic stone tools were rough and unpolished. This is also correct because the Paleolithic tool industry was not developed when compared to Mesolithic or Neolithic periods. So the Paleolithic stone tools were rough and unpolished. The third statement is, quartzite was the most important stone for tool making. This is absolutely correct. That is why we know Paleolithic people were also called as quartzite men. This is the name that is given to the Paleolithic people in India. So the question is, which of the above statements are correct? 1, 2, 3 are correct. The next question is, consider the below statements regarding Paleolithic age in India. 3 statements have been given. The question is, which of the above statements are correct? The first statement is, Paleolithic people in India excavated and lived in caves. Please observe here, they did not excavate any caves. They lived in caves, this is correct, but they lived in natural caves only. So the statement would be wrong. Paleolithic people did not do any kind of excavation of caves. They lived in natural caves and natural rock shelters. Excavation of caves in India started not more than 2500 years ago. Alright, this is very important. Paleolithic people did not excavate caves. The second statement is, pottery was not invented in the Paleolithic age in India. This statement is absolutely correct because pottery was mainly needed when agriculture was practiced. What happened when agriculture was practiced is, they obtained surplus food grains. When you get surplus food grains, you have to store them if you want to eat that surplus food grain in the future. For this purpose, pottery was invented. As Paleolithic people did not do any kind of agriculture, they did not need pottery. So, pottery was not invented in the Paleolithic age in India. The third statement is, some paintings were made in Paleolithic age in India. This is also correct. So, the question is, which of the above statements are correct? The answer would be 2 and 3 only are correct. So, C. This is a medium level question. Let's look at the next question. With reference to the term Madrasian culture in India, the time period it refers to is. This is an easy question. We have just learnt in our lecture. Madrasian culture was a Paleolithic culture. Another example of Paleolithic culture in India was Soan culture. Soan culture was mainly in Shivalik hills of North India, and the name Soan culture comes from Soan Valley, which is in Pakistan. Madrasian culture was mainly prominent in southern India. However, it also influenced other cultures like Soan culture. Madrasian culture has also influenced Soan culture because stone tools of Madrasian culture have also been found in places where Soan culture existed. Let's look at the next question. The term quartzite men refers to. If you know this question, it is very easy. If you do not know, you cannot answer it. So the correct answer is Paleolithic age people of India. If Paleolithic age people of India was not given, you may also choose Stone Age people because Paleolithic age is basically a sub part of Stone Age. However, in the options we have Paleolithic age, so you need to select Paleolithic age instead of Stone Age. Let's look at the next question. Paleolithic people in India used quartzite to make stone tools. Quartzite is a or an. What is quartzite? Is it an igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock, or none of the above? Obviously, none of the above is not possible because when we classify rocks, we can only classify basically into these three categories. So there is no meaning for none of the above. The quartzite is basically a metamorphic rock. How is quartzite formed? We have quartz sandstone. Quartz sandstone is basically a sedimentary rock. Okay, when the sedimentary rock goes deep inside the earth, this is the surface of earth, and this sedimentary rock goes deep inside the earth, what happens is due to very high pressure and very high temperature, metamorphosis of the rock takes place. And after this metamorphosis, the sedimentary rock, that is quartz sandstone, gets converted into quartzite. And that quartzite is basically a metamorphic rock. This is important more from a geography point of view, but I have tried to include the concept of history here, that is Paleolithic people of India, and then we have linked it to quartzite, which is basically a geography topic. Anyway, if you know this, this is a very easy question. Let's look at the next question. Consider the below statements regarding Narmada human. 3 statements have been given, and the question is, which of the above statements are correct? The first statement is, it is a fossil of Homo erectus. Yes, this is correct. It was a fossil of Homo erectus, not Homo sapiens. The second statement is, it belonged to Paleolithic age in India. Yes, this is also correct because the age of the Narmada human was found to be 5 lakh years old when we did radiometric dating on the nearby soil in which it was found. We also know that the timeline of Paleolithic age in India is from 2 million years ago onwards to 12,000 years ago. So basically this 5 lakhs years ago period falls between these two timelines. Therefore, it belonged to Paleolithic age of India is correct. The third statement is, it is the oldest known fossil of any human ancestor in the world. This statement is absolutely false. If the word was not world and it was India, this would have been correct. Because if you see the world scenario, we have found fossils of those human ancestors which lived almost 3 million years ago also. For example, we have found a fossil called Lucy. The fossil called Lucy actually belongs to Australopithecus afarensis, which is one of the first ancestors of modern humans. And after radiometric dating, we found that Lucy lived somewhere around 3 million years ago. So, Narmada human is not the oldest fossil of any human ancestor in the world. It is only the oldest known fossil of human ancestor in India. The question is, which of the above statements are correct? So 1 and 2 only are correct. I have categorized this question as very hard because you need to know about Narmada human. Unless you know about Narmada human, you cannot answer this question. And most of the standard books like NCERTs or AL Basham, they do not have the information of Narmada human. If you want to download these practice questions or lecture notes or study material or mock tests, please go to our Telegram channel, which is IAS Project. The link for this has been given in the description. So let's read the question. Which of the below locations in India is not a Paleolithic site? Bhimbetka is a Paleolithic site because we know Bhimbetka is a Paleolithic site as well as a Mesolithic site as well as a Neolithic site. Bhimbetka has all 3 phases of Stone Age. What about Pataliputra? It is not a Paleolithic site Because Pataliputra is located in the alluvial plain of Ganges. And we know Paleolithic people did not live in alluvial plains of Ganga, Indus or Yamuna. Therefore, Pataliputra is not a Paleolithic site. In fact, the history of Pataliputra is not more than 3000 years ago. So obviously, there was no prehistoric remains in Pataliputra. Pataliputra is nothing but Patna, which is the capital of Bihar. The next option is Athirampakkam. Yes, this is a Paleolithic site. Actually, in Athirampakkam, we have found the first evidences of Madrasian culture. Didwana in Rajasthan is also a Paleolithic site. This is located in the eastern part of Thar Desert or towards the west of Aravalis. So which of the following is not a Paleolithic site? Pataliputra, which is located in the alluvial plain of Ganga, is not a Paleolithic site of India. Please like and subscribe this video. If you want to watch this video in Hindi, go to our other channel, which is IAS Project Hindi. Please join our Telegram channel also. On Telegram channel, you can get material, presentations, practice questions and mock tests. Thank you.